Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christy with Van Ahn & Company. It's Friday, March 31st, so we're going to end the month and the quarter here. We had a big crop report today as well, giving quarterly stocks and then planting, prospective planting. So quite a bit of information. It was a bearish report here. You got a big bean acre number in there. So 89.5 million acres of beans. That's a big number there. Market was really expecting 88.2. And then you got just shy of 90 million acres in corn. So that was a slight decrease from what people were expecting. So really about 500,000 acres separates corn and wheat, or corn and soybean planting. That's the tightest we've ever been in history. That's just that price relationship. So you did see these markets start to tail off as far as soybeans being down about 17 cents. And then actually corn able to separate itself. It was off to a little bit of a sketchy start. Quarterly stocks were bearish as well. And so that weighed on corn. You had a 10% increase in corn around compared to a year ago, 13% increase in soybeans, 21% increase in wheat. So we're sitting on a lot of grain compared to a year ago. So that weighed down the markets as well, but corn eventually was able to come back and separate itself, close on the 200-day moving average anywhere from 6 to 8 cents higher. So really some positive trade into the corn market. Wheat market had positive trade for Chicago and Kansas City. Minneapolis, though, however, was weaker off the fact that you got just over 11 million acres in spring wheat. That was expected, so it wasn't a surprise, but people were kind of hoping for a decrease in those spring wheat acres, and you didn't see it there. So on the week, corn up 8 cents, beans down 29 3/4. Beans well off $1 off its recent high from this month. So over the month, you've had beans drop over $1. That's a huge move here. Wheat market, Chicago up just slightly on the week, Minneapolis down slightly on the week. So overall, not a lot of movement except for that bean trade. Over into the meat markets, cattle, feeder cattle's on the week slightly higher, live cattle down just over $2 on the week, lean hogs down $1.60 on the week. So quarterly hog and pig report yesterday, but overall just not a lot of movement into these markets. You are seeing some support here in feeder cattle just due to seasonals, and you're starting to top off as far as those live cattle goes due to seasonals as well. Outside markets, not a whole lot of movement here. Crude did continue to get a little bit of a bounce, but overall didn't really change all that much. So moving forward, what we're going to be watching goes back to demand, and then we start to talk really about weather. So there's some tractors that are starting to roll here. Those big I states, they're a little wet and soggy here. They should be for the next 5 to 10 days. And then you'll start to get a little bit of information as far as how that planting is going. Spring wheat planting should start up pretty soon as well. And then really between that and demand, that's what's going to be driving this market. Beans are going to have to kind of chase after here corn to make sure they get those acres, and corn's really going to have to bid to get a little bit more as well. I do have to close with the disclaimer: trading in futures and options involves risk of loss and may not be suitable for all producers. Have a great weekend.